right, Loy Machedo speaking to you from loymachedo.com. Who's Loy Machedo? Think personal branding. Okay. Before I give you my thoughts about this article of a transgender, that is a guy winning a male, biological male, winning a Miss, that is Miss America beauty contest. I just want to say that this is not a video to hate transgender people or the LGBTQ. Rather, this is to address an important issue, which I think is kind of going out of hand. So I just want to be very clear on that. And also understand that there are many people who have this as a medical issue. So let's not hate on them. Okay. So let's address the issue and not attack individuals. All right. Links for this article is in the comments, in the description. So Daily Mail Online, this is what it says. Student 19 becomes Miss America's first ever transgender local pageant winner as critics accuse the woke competition of allowing opportunities to be stolen away from female contestants. I'll give you my thoughts as I'm reading this. Okay. So Brían Nguyen will now compete in New Hampshire next year. The college student won an undisclosed amount along with her. They're calling this guy, who's a biological male, as they're giving female pronouns, okay? Her title. Even in the article, they're saying former Miss GB winner Leilani Dowding blasted the woke pageant. Okay. Now, if you read the article, you'll find out that this biological male, Brían Nguyen, he made Miss America history by winning a title, a competition strictly reserved for girls. Okay. Now, I'll tell you, I personally, I'm not a big fan of these beauty contests. Girls dressing up skimpy and parading and giving pre-planned, pre-canned answers. Okay, I'm not a big fan, but it takes a certain degree of discipline, dedication, sacrifice, because not everyone can reach that physique. Not everyone can look attractive. Not everyone can answer, having their quick wits. That also being under pressure in front of the camera. Okay, but respect should be given where respect is due. But now you have a competition reserved for girls that biological men are competing. And that also, it's okay. Like in Thailand, you have lady boys, guys who undergo surgery to look sexy. And some of them are really very, very beautiful. Just Google search lady boys in Thailand. They look even more attractive than girls. Seriously. It's unbelievable how attractive they look. Okay. They undergo operation surgeries, and there are many guys who, literally want to try going to a transgender, even though they have the male package. And some of them actually undergo surgery. Okay, that's a different question. I've also met boys who identify because of their hormone. It's not that they read somewhere, I identify, these are my pronouns. No, they actually behave in a very girly manner. They have a lot of feminine attributes and they're considered like lady boy. I've met 11-year-old. Okay. So this is a very common in Thailand, but they're very attractive. But now if you have, just imagine in a beauty contest, as it is, they focus on a beautiful girl. You will never see an overweight female in a beauty contest. Never. You'll never see that. Being a woman's contest, you'll never see a fat female or an overweight female in a beauty contest. You'll never see an ugly looking female, physical attributes, in a beauty contest. Never. But here, in the name of equality, in the name of, I don't know, woke, what you will call it, in the name of trying to show that we are very understanding, we are mature people, we have open our horizons. They have not only taken a guy, biological male, in a female contest, they have taken an extremely overweight. Look at the photograph. You don't even have to just Google search this guy. He is so overweight. Is not physically attractive. You wouldn't call, forget beautiful. You wouldn't even call handsome. You are giving an overweight person for a beauty contest. Let that sink in. As it is, Adidas, Nike, all the sporting brands, they have started, because there is a new market. Instead of having someone who's physically fit, they started to put overweight people. Yeah, believe in yourself, Adidas, nothing is impossible. They are normalizing uh, being overweight. Yes, I understand there are some people who have thyroid issues, who have health issues, but this is an issue we need to deal with, not accept. Yes, there are fat people, and they are fat because they eat. They are fat because they eat sugar, sweet, they eat ice creams, they eat fast food. That's why you're fat. And that's why it's affecting your health. That's why it's affecting your thyroid. It's not you're eating healthy. No, your lifestyle choices are bad. You you don't eat healthy. You're eating processed food, you're eating sugars, chocolates, milkshakes, drinking calories, and then saying, oh, it's so difficult for me to lose weight. No, it is because you're making those poor choices. So when we have a obesity crisis, when you have a, with all the diseases, diabetes, blood pressure, all that, you want to normalize this. And now you have mental issues, you have emotional issues where people identify themselves as, I don't know, just look at Matt Walsh documentary, What is a Woman? There are men who identify as a wolf, as a cat, as a dog, as an animal. They say the wolf spirit, oh, and they dress up like a wolf. There's one guy who identifies as a female dog. I'm not joking. Google search, and has you know like this cartoony dog face, and then a tail that wags, and he sits like this with his gay lover. Or what is happening to our world, man? And now this, and they are so proud about it. All the girls are smiling, and the problem is, if any of these girls stand up and question, they are labeled as what, transphobic. They have this name like Islamophobic, transphobic, some phobic. And where is our common sense here? What is this? I'll tell you what is going to happen. Right now, it's a novelty. Right now, it is like, oh, they're just trying to show politeness. They're trying to show they're modern. But very soon, people are going to get fed up of this. People are seriously going to get fed up. They'll get fed up of the school. They'll get fed up of the institution. They'll get fed up of the rules. And, they have boys who identify as a female taking part in track and field events, running, sprinting, boxing. And parents are saying, I'm sorry, I'm not going to stand. In fact, they have even started a sex education in American schools where they actually discuss with small children about being gay, about, a man and man together, this is love, girl and girl together, this is love. Oh, what do you identify? You can identify yourself as male or female or boy or girl. They actually, you can see the documentaries online, they actually tell a small boy, you want to be a boy, you want to be a girl. They're normalizing, they're encouraging puberty blockers for young boys and girls to take hormonal injections that can impact their biological get up, especially girls. They are encouraging, medical institutions are encouraging them to cut their breasts off, for boys to castrate themselves to feel good, because they're saying, oh, they are born in the wrong. They made this like a fashion statement. And given with the rise of TikTok and Instagram, Now it started to become like a normal culture, man. I'm telling you honestly, I'm so glad that my child is not in the West. Really, I'm glad. Where once upon a time we used to think that, people in the West are very forward thinking, very educated. We just realized, man, that we were mistaken. Most of them are really uneducated. They are lost. They are confused. Even the judge appointed in the Supreme Court, when she was asked what is a woman, she didn't answer that question. She's like, I'm sorry, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a biologist. You are asked what is a woman, they don't even want to identify. And I'll tell you what is the problem. As it is, women have the short end of the stick, where they have to face so much of oppression and so many rules of how to dress and how to behave in society. And then they face competition in a men's world. Then they have the disadvantage that they get pregnant. Yes, it's an honor to be a mother and all that, but they have to sacrifice so much. Now, on top of that, you have dudes, you have guys who are biological men, like that swimmer, boxer, bodybuilder, and they have been like a professional athlete. They have been like at a junior level. They don't even qualify in the men's event. And when they switch over to females event, they start winning like the first place, or they become national level number one in a females contest. Now, there's a reason why we have for competition for men and competition for women all these years. There's a reason why it happened in the Olympics. Come on, man. If you have a son or daughter, if you have a daughter, would you be comfortable allowing a guy, a biological male, fight with her and say, I identify as a girl in a boxing match or a wrestling match? Don't don't you see the difference that a biological man with his bones and his muscles is much powerful than? Then you'll say, oh, but then they can take part in chess. No, keep women's events for women, keep men's events for men. Keep that distinction. And for transgender, I'm not against them, but create a separate, uh, competing. For those who identify male or female, compete as transgender in athletics, whether running, swimming, chess, whatever. Have transgender, category. Have a X, have a gender fluid. So whoever wants to compete, competes there. Why do you want to start allowing guys who suddenly say, oh, I identify as a female, finish, and smashing or hitting or competing with girls in a running, and now beauty contest out of all the things. And that also a guy who's so overweight, I mean, look like porky chops, man. Come on, man. I was fat once upon, and I identified like a pig. I was like, I am fat as a pig. I used to call myself. Tell me, what is this? What is this? I identify as a female? What if I tell you tomorrow I identify as X-Men? I identify as God. My pronouns are he and ha. He, ha. My pronouns are I'm God and His Highness. In fact, even in LinkedIn, you're getting educated people saying my pronouns are, even Kamala Harris, that nut job who was in the White House. When she had the meeting, hi, my name is Kamala Harris. I'm the vice president. My pronouns are she and her. What? What the hell is wrong with you people, man? If tomorrow someone identifies as a fridge or let's say, a dog, seriously, there are people who identify. What are we going to say? Come here, kuchi, 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 ku. Come, woof, 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 woof. What are you going to do that? Or meow, meow. Or that because you identify as a cat? Where do we stop this nonsense, man? Why are we saying it's cool to have mental issues? These people genuinely need help. Don't start commercializing and glorifying a sickness. If I identify as Daffy Duck or Mickey Mouse or Superman, if I tell you I identify as Thor, as God, what are you going to tell me? Yeah, Loy, you're God. Or I identify as a rat. No, or snake or a earthworm. Oh, I identify as a sausage. What are you going to say? Yeah, Eloy, you're a sausage. Where do we stop, man? What's all this nonsense? I'm nothing against this chap, but the system, man, what is gone wrong with what is this? I don't understand what is going on our planet. Once upon a time, you have to keep physically fit. You have to really focus on looking attractive. And you even have this guy, Anita Green, a 29-year-old transgender woman, had a lawsuit against a beauty pageant dismissed by a federal judge who ruled that United States of America, Miss America, was not required to allow trans competitors. Yeah, she put transphobic and all that. Man, there are certain things meant for men. There are certain things meant for women. Please don't mix this. And the most disturbing was when a group of guys, two guys, they were given custody of a baby. Oh, yeah. This guy identifies as a female and he has taken injections to get breasts. The girl got her breast cut off and, uh, yeah, thankfully didn't put a fake penis, gave birth. And this lady who's now identifies as a guy with no breast gave the baby to this man and they're lying down in bed, overweight, both of them. And the baby, poor thing, is, wants milk and was sucking on this nipple of this man. I've put a video on it. It was so disturbing. I was so disturbed. It is seriously child abuse. It is seriously child abuse. That that baby is hungry, wants milk, and is sucking on a man's nipple, man's chest. And she's saying, "Oh, you're hungry, baby, I'll give you milk." What are you doing, man? And then you had this one lady who calls her baby Sparrow. She calls her baby Sparrow, and uh, she has told her baby when she has asked her baby, "Is it a boy or girl?" No, my daughter will has not identified her. She is gender fluid. She is genderless. She can be two spirited. Piers Morgan had an interview with her. What are we doing? I will tell you this much. One day the world will get fed up of this nonsense and they'll say enough is enough. I'm going to tolerate all this. And they literally shut all this down. Right now it's very novel. Right now it seems to be, oh, we are very inclusive and all that. Very soon you'll see people are going to get fed up of this and say, if you're practicing this, I'm sorry, I don't bring my child to your institute. In sports, you have boys competing with girls. Sorry, no. Boys and girls have to use the same toilet. No. A boy can be naked in front of a girl and say, I identify as a female. No. Very soon this will happen. And America, where it's supposed to be advanced, US and Canada, it's better people like us, normal folks, are not there. I'm sorry, but I find this very hard to accept. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Good, bad, ugly. Like I said, I don't hate transgender, but when you start shoving your agenda down people's throat, you will get people who will hate you. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. This is me signing off. Take care.